So hey y'all, this is really funny. I am Samara, and I am your trusted hairstylist and hair guide, here with a wonderful, wonderful other next episode of Hot Home Chronicles, a conversation series that I've started to introduce myself to the salon world in anticipation of my return, fall 2025. South Lake, Texas, rooted in Dallas. Please follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can also find us online, rootedindallas.com, ROOTINDALLAS. As I mentioned, this conversation series details my hair journey, starting from the beginning of elementary school to now. Every period, I'm having conversations with very influential people that I have with in the hair world. And today I'm very excited to have next to me my Sands Carolyn, and she definitely spent a lot of time in the chair in college and just hanging out, period. So, as I like to teach my guests, I like to give you guys a little idea of their spirit, their vibe. Carolyn has a lovely spirit. We have clicked from the moment that we met. I love your energy. I love your dedication to you. I love your dedication to education, your loyalty. You ride hard for your friends. You ride hard for your and I appreciate that. I appreciate your life. I appreciate you continuing to grow and learn because I am growing and learning as a result of it. So thank you for being you. Keep shining. We are cheering you on every step of the way. So with that, welcome and thank you again.
Thank you so much.
I will start out our conversation by you simply telling us about your experience Friday at Saints.
Girl, Friday at Sam was a vibe. It's almost like one of those, if you missed it, the recreation is almost impossible. Like, that was probably some of the best times. No, it was some of the best times of our entire Michigan State experience. So Friday at Sam's was the salon, the hangout spot, the eating spot, the catch a vibe, see what's going on in the yard, what's popping for the weekend, all of the things. It was a place where you saw a 19, 20, 21-year-old literally run a business, because it was a business, out of her apartment. I'm talking about appointment time, schedule, prices for different services, customer service, making sure that everybody there was good, making sure it wasn't no drama. Just like you really saw you run a salon, fans, before you run a salon, like for real, right out of your apartment. But the level of connections that came out of Friday at Sam's is literally beyond words. I mean, people that you never would have had an opportunity to just kick it with on the yard. If you had a 2 o'clock and they had a 3 o'clock at Sam, y'all gonna see each other every Friday. So you was connecting, and it wasn't just for us. I mean, the fellas was coming through, getting lined up. We sitting there, from everything from relaxers to rise sets to cuts, color. It was a full service salon. No cap, like for real, full service salon. And so just watching that, also in the spirit of us being 20 somethings navigating college, is a wild concept if you really just think about what was happening and what you were building even at that time, like what you were pouring into, the connections that came out of that, the conversations that came out of that, the lifelong friendships, literally to this day, 30 years later, that exists because of Fridays at Sam's. I mean, that's a unique collegiate experience. I don't know anybody else who could describe having had that. I mean, people knew the girl on the yard that braid, or people knew the girl on the yard that you could, go get your hair curled or styled, but you literally had a salon. Straight up, like it was a whole experience. That was a vibe you can't even recreate.
I appreciate that. Thank you. One of the things that you mentioned, couple of things that I'm really intentional about is one, connection. That is one of the biggest reasons why I'm coming back to the salon world is because of that connection. I miss it. I miss the fellowship with other Black women. I miss that energy. I miss the space. I miss serving Black women. I miss the education of it. And connection means a lot to me when people ask you, who are you? Or you have to write down, who are you? My thing is, I'm a catalyst, I'm a connector, and I'm a creator. Connection is serious. I am more than convinced that connection is more than half of the key of life. If you don't have those connections and really deep connections, you're not going to get the most out of life. And I put all my money on that. So I appreciate the fact that people were able to connect and see the value of it all these years later. It's crazy because I never thought of it as running a business, even though it was. Shout out to Eddie Pataya at Michigan State, Eli Road College of Business, when I was doing my AOP, or it might have been SBI. I think it was SBI. He told me to give my salon a name because for whatever reason, I didn't understand that I was running a whole business. I was just doing what I did. So yeah, I appreciate that love. And the wind is blowing here, and I had some pictures to share, and we'll find it. So, as Carolyn mentioned, there were guys, there were girls. I cut hair also, so it was always a really good mix of people coming to get their hair done. And if you wanted to jump in and help out, some days I may have needed help. So Carolyn's hair is beautiful. It's thick. You see it, it's lovely. Funny, other sidebar. We often manipulated our hair when we were younger to make it look like our natural hair. That part. Which is nuts. We didn't know that we naturally had what we wanted. So I spent hours putting Carolyn's hair on straw for it to look like what it looks like now. Come on, guys. So this is our beloved straw set. Pick up your straws from McDonald's on the way there, folks, okay, for free. And bless Charles' heart, he was tired of waiting, so he jumped in and started helping roll this baby hair. And then you set up under the dryer till I don't know, spring break. Look at this, y'all. This is Spartan Village all day. And side note, I still have that hair dryer in my garage to this day. I throw very little away. Okay. So yeah, Fridays at my place. I love it. I often say I got paid to throw a party. Just so happens people left with their hair done and cut. So shout out to all of my clients in my college days. Shout out to everyone who got their hair washed in the sink at Spartan Village. And again, we have paid our dues. That is why I have this lovely luxury shampoo bed waiting for you, because you have spent more than enough time with your head and neck bent over at the kitchen sink. Honey, lay down, kick your feet up. You've already paid for this. Really. Come soon. Anywho, back to the college days. What was your favorite college hairstyle?
So just to put it in perspective, most people that know me know my hair is my thing. Yeah. Like that's how I do. When I make changes in my life, it's usually directly connected to my hair. Whether I cut it off, grow it out, change the color. So this is my adventure space. Like when people take risks in other areas of their lives, I take risks with my hair. That's just always been my thing. So I was the French roll, flat iron, straw set. That was the first straw set Sam ever did, was my hair. Red hair, blonde hair, faded out, short, grow it back, blah, blah, blah. So I think I'm trying to go through my years from freshman to senior because my hair literally was different every single year. I would say probably the short blonde. was my favorite look, I think. And I didn't cut my hair off until like almost senior year, junior, senior year, when I went shorter than I've ever gone. And I'm short and long all the time. I grow it out, cut it out, blah, blah, blah. But when it was shaved and then it was blonde and I could wear curly, and that's really the first time that I started wearing my hair curly and seeing like, oh, wait a minute, I don't have to really manipulate it. I could just put some product in it. And that was before we even knew what product was. So it really was like Jerry curl and hands or something like that. Yeah. Just put it in my hair and like, oh, look at this, yada yada. But I think that was probably the most free because it was the least manipulated, except for the color. I mean, I was blonde and short, and this was not too long before we became AKA, so my blonde didn't last long, but it was fine.
Hey, I love it. Yes. What was it that made you trust me to do your hair? Because you don't play with your hair. You don't. So and I don't remember the exact first time. So what was it that made you say yes, I'll trust her with my hair?
So that's a fact. Everybody that knows me, again, my hair is my thing. I don't play around with that. So if I don't feel 1,000% comfortable with you doing my hair, you're not doing my hair, like at all. I don't care how you can show me every picture gallery you got, all of that. I don't care. Especially the fact that I let her like do color. I let Sam cut my hair off, like things that I would never do. But you used to do, I think you were doing Chevelle's hair.
Yeah.
And it might have been Tamika. I can't remember. And I remember having a conversation with one of them one day, because most of us back then, we were driving back and forth to our stylists, whether they was in Detroit or wherever you was from, respectively in Michigan. And I remember asking Chevelle, first of all, how's you keeping your hair done every
that
week?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Are you going home like every week? And she was like, nah, girl, you don't know Sam. And I didn't know Sam. So I was like, nah. So she was like, girl, Sam is that deal. I want to say it was the pink ice ball. When we used to do the pink ice ball, well, when they used to do the pink ice ball, because we never did it, but I remember our chapter used to do it before we were sorors.
That sounds familiar.
And I went to the ball, and their entire line, you had done all of their hair. You had done Tamika, Jennifer, Chevelle, everybody. And I remember being like, okay, ain't no way y'all walked up in here with these banging French rolls. The whole line's hair was fire. And I had drove to Detroit that day to get my hair done to come back. And I was like, it got to be a better way. So shout out to James. I ain't mad about that. But that commute was not a game.
Exactly.
So I got for the James, kept my hair tight, but I didn't know about Sam then. So after the ball, I was like, okay, let me see what this girl's talking about. So I remember going to your apartment the first time and you didn't do my hair. I just sat there and watched you the whole day, and we was kicking it. Everybody was over there, so we was kicking it. Yeah, it was a party. It was cool. But after I watched her that day, I was like, "Oh, she that girl." Like I was watching her because back then you had Marcel's.
Oh yeah,
like old school.
I still have them.
So you got to be careful with that. You fool around with some Marcel's, you burn somebody's whole hair out. Yeah. So I was watching her handle them. I was like, "Oh yeah, she that girl." So I scheduled for that next week off that day. But it was from the ball that I was like, okay. Oh, she a bad girl. Like, wait a minute. So yeah, that's why I knew I could trust you, because it was 7 women that I was watching their hair every week that you were doing, and I knew that they were just as like serious about my hair, because back then it wasn't no bunch of like weaves, extra hair, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so you had to know how to work with somebody's texture. And they all had different texture. And my hair was super thick. So I was like, I can't just fool with, anybody fooling with my hair. And their hair was thick. So I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, she got it. So that's what I remember watching them. And I was like, she that girl. So first time you did my hair was a wrap.
I love it.
It was a wrap.
So if you were to recreate Friday at Sam's, who would be there?
Oh my God. No. So me and you, of course. Who else would be there with us? Piper, Danielle. I was dude. Wait, Glenn.
I was waiting.
Glenn.
Yeah.
What was dude that drove the Burgundy Escalade?
Are you talking about Damon? It
Damon.
wasn't Burgundy though. Was it
It
Burgundy?
was Burgundy.
Damon and Jerry.
Damon and
they've got to
Jerry.
be on. This is about the fourth or fifth time their names have been invoked.
Facts. Who else? Oh, it was so many. Like I can't even go. Who am I missing? Saying it's oh my god.
Tommy was.
Oh my god, Tommy with
his
when I
girlfriend
say
got her
Tommy
hair done.
girlfriend
His
got her
girlfriend
hair
did.
done.
Yeah.
When I say G random, he would just come through and be over. But Tom, first of all, Tommy was like our whole little world. It was me, you and Tommy. You and Tommy used to road trip.
Okay,
to
so
Detroit
that was
random.
the night we were together the night Tupac died.
We were.
We went to Somerset
We
Mall
went to Somerset
after a service
Mall.
project.
Sure did.
And oh gosh, I remember this. He bought his girlfriend like some tennis shoes or a
he
purse or something like
did.
that. Why
He
do I remember
did.
this? It was so random. Yeah. I think I may have, I don't know, told the story about how you and I helped Glenn out one day because he was cutting his own hair and he
nicked his waves.
So he came over like, oh my God, what am I doing?
That dude.
So we took him in the bathroom with your like eyeliner pencil and help. And I think we gave it to him.
I did.
It helped him feel that
fucking. If you know anything about Glenn, his hair was his jam. We had the smooth,
I mean, his waves are
like water waves, and he was devastated. Yes. When I say really at any given point in time, at any shift of the hours throughout the day, almost everybody Black, not for nothing, made their way through Sam's house on a Friday, Saturday.
Friday. You know, I didn't play Saturday.
Did you not play Saturday? I feel like
no, ma'am.
Was it always just one day? Mm-hmm. Why did it feel like it was a whole weekend?
Well, I was starting Thursday night because I seldomly had class, and my thing was, you know, I'm gonna make my money, but my parents sent me here to get to go to school.
So what I'm not doing, you didn't play about that.
Is hair every day. Y'all get me for like Thursday night and all day Friday.
But it would be like early in the morning,
all day,
like all day.
Yeah,
it
like
would
starting
be
7, 8 o'clock until the night.
All night.
Work.
Food, music. Folk would come through and kick it. Ain't have nothing to do with getting their hair done. They wasn't getting a cut. They would just be like, yo, everybody at Sam's. We pulling up at Sam's. Yo, we pulling up at Sam's. It was a whole vibe. But it's so many names, and I know I'm forgetting. So I'm sorry, y'all, because I know we was all there together. But it was so many of us at any given on the floor, on the couch, outside, in the kitchen. Like it didn't even matter. We taught Dewan how to make tea. Oh my God! So Dewan would go across the street to ShopRite if we didn't have tea or sugar. Get the fruit and get the tea, get the sugar, get everything. You know where everything is. Get the pot. Look it up. We took care of each other. We did. I love that for us. We did. With you being faculty on campus, is there anything today that kids may have missed in their experience that you feel like we got? Is there anything in that, just in general, not necessarily with hair too, but just in general? I think the connectedness. We obviously didn't have social media then. We didn't have cell phones then. We had pagers, but we didn't have cell phones. And so the time that we had together was literally our time together. Wasn't nobody on their phone. Wasn't nobody you know, checking social media all day, posting every single thing that was going on. We had a chance to literally just enjoy each other. So the connection for sure, the depth level of conversation. Now I think kids can be kids. I'm sorry, I'm old. College students can be all together and they won't even talk. Like we could sit at the salon together for 4 or 5 hours and I'm on my phone the whole time. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, whatever. And so there's a disconnect with students now. And, you know, having come from an HBCU, one of the not I didn't graduate from HBCU, working in an HBCU. One of the things that's sort of a staple at most HBCUs is there are typically like salons in every female dorm. There's usually a barber shop in at least one of the male dorms, or they're co-ed now, but they were designed that way. And there's usually some sort of beauty supply on campus. The students don't even use them. It's crazy.
Really?
Like, they don't even use them. Like, you could go in at any given time and there's nobody in there. And I'm talking about they are full. They got bowls, dryers, everything.
Wait, run that back again because I missed that.
So
You said they have what? You said
salons. So for example, so everybody knows I was a higher ed administrator at Tennessee State. In the bottom of some of the dorms was a full salon. Bowls, dryers.
Do you understand how I would have
everything.
took that over?
I do. That's what I'm saying. And you could go in.
Wow.
Now, sometimes people will be in there doing hair every blue moon.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, if I'm on the yard and it's 4 or 5 of us that got skills like that, that sucker is popping every day. Like, okay, you got Mondays, I got Tuesday, you got Thursdays, you got, yeah.
Wow.
And I could come in there at any given time. It wouldn't be anybody in there.
That's
it would be
interesting. I didn't know that.
bare, which is wild. Yeah. And so I don't think they use it. And I'm thinking about the times that we had at your place. Again, a lot of it was about hair, but a lot of it was about socialization. People could just come through.
Right.
And so you don't even see that. Like, that's y'all's hangout space. You could even use it as that. And they don't. So I think the connection is missed. I think about the way we forged literal friendships that exist now based on the kind of conversations we will have. Somebody could come to Sam's and they just had a breakup, or it was finals week and everybody done been through it, stressed out. Yeah. So, we kind of encouraging each other. We would make plans for us. Well, what you doing on Tuesday? Because I'm doing blah, 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 blah. And we'll fool around and have a whole nother something planned off of what we randomly talked about at Sam's on Friday. You know what I mean? So it created spaces where we could connect, not just at your place, but we would connect in other ways as well. Find people that was in your classes with you that you never even talked to. Next thing you know, y'all preparing for tests together. Y'all, sitting together in class talking. And that's somebody, you might have seen them across the room. You might have spoke, because if you was Black at State, you usually was like, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? Even if y'all wasn't friends. Right. But being with you and us coming to see you and being with each other forged friendships in so many other ways. Many of us at that time, some of us hadn't pledged our respective organizations. We weren't in other organizations across campus. And so being able to support each other, even once we came through, and we would still all be at the same place. Yeah. So on a lot of campus, you see a lot of divisiveness amongst Greeks. Yeah. On any Friday. It be AKs, Sigmas, Sigma Gamma Rho's, Zetas, the nukes, like all together, kicking it hard, and it ain't a party, it ain't an event. We literally living life all together. So when I see like a lot of young Greeks now on the yard and they're disconnected, it's strange because we didn't have that. We didn't roll like that. But a lot of that went down at your place because we were all together. Not to mention, if you a girl, you know what that salon process is. You under the dryer, your hair might be looking crazy for a minute. You might not be looking like your fabulous self on the yard. Nobody cares. Like, it might be a dude that you was checking out or whatever. That's the last way that you ever want him to see you. And you didn't care. Like, he wasn't you trying to see him getting edged up before he was clean and his look was together. He didn't care. You know what I mean? It was just like we was in there together going through the same thing. You're going to see me fabulous in about 3 hours, but right now you see me with this color in my head looking crazy under the dryer. And it was never a thing where we felt uncomfortable about it, which is huge. That is, you know what I mean?
never thought about that, but no, it was never that.
Never that, because that straw set day, I was looking real crazy, gosh. And it was a house full of Sigmas, so and I was in there looking crazy, and I didn't even care.
No, we went to school with some really, really phenomenal people. Like,
we did
for real.
Yeah, but you don't open your salon, we don't all connect.
Wow. Okay. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Speaking of hair, especially once again, being in education and seeing younger people, what do you speak on the correlation between having your hair done, looking good, feeling good, and doing well, and that really affecting, how you're moving? So can you speak on that from what you've seen on campus?
Yeah. And that varies
Campuses.
across campuses.
Right,
By
I
the
was about to
way.
say
Yeah, it could be
campuses.
very different. But speaking from my own experience, I know that was a thing for me. As I say, I don't play about my hair anyway. And when my hair is fire, it changes everything about the way I move through the world. It always has, even from, when I was very young. That was something I was very conscious of. And so you never caught me in class with like a roll out the bed day and just go. That was never gonna happen. And if I couldn't get it together, it was slick back, fly in a ponytail with a fly baseball cap. Like that was just my thing. And now I think people are so caught up. Well, let me back up. The point I was gonna make about that is it was very much about individuality. I never wanted my hair to look like somebody else's hair. That was a thing for me. Still is actually. And now you have such a cookie cutter, I think, version of how our young men and our young women think that they need to show up in the world. A lot of the consideration about how they present themselves on campus is different. A lot of times I'm finding myself having to even tell our young ladies, like, don't show up in my office like that again. Like, why you ain't pull that together? You done had that weave in for, we on 3 months now. It's ratty. Like, and I just don't remember us ever being like that on campus.
No.
I remember that being a big thing of how we showed up, how we presented ourselves, how our hair looked, you know what I mean? And us having an identity thing of, we were very connected to that. And now I don't think students are as connected to how they show up on campus. And some of that to me feels like a shift in pride around that. And maybe it is, maybe it's not, because I don't want to speak for how they feel. But I also think everybody look alike. And
that's
so
what
they
I was
don't
thinking. There's not a lot of individuality.
It's not a lot of
There's
individuality.
not a lot of creativity. It's
No.
give me what I
want what she got.
Right
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whether it's together or not, they just gonna rock it. And you might have that one or two people that stand out on campus because of their hair, and everybody knows them, right? But it's just those one or two people. Everybody else is kind of cookie cutter virgins. And I think for us, it was too many people to even name who had their own swag, their own style.
Yeah.
For how they, like, you could identify people by their hair on campus. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. And then too, like you said a while ago, there weren't a lot of weaves.
No.
So
we didn't have weaves.
If you have,
and
extensions, long curly, it's gonna look long curly and long straight, pretty much the same. Whereas a natural head of hair is gonna look a little different, and it's gonna just inherently lend itself to individuality.
To that person, exactly. So that's the thing. I think that's really, really different. And I don't know if that's a generational thing, if that's a social media thing, a standard of beauty thing. I think we had more, and I might be saying this out of context, but I think we had more specific focus on how you represented yourself on college, in college during our particular time, like our parents, even our faculty, our Black faculty. If we walked in their classroom looking crazy, you could see the hurt in their eyes. Like, why would you show up like this? You know where you at. Like, why would you show up like this? And now I just don't think people, like, students show up how they show up, and you don't have faculty that are going to pull a student to the side. Maybe some, but they're not as accountable. And it's almost like I wish somebody would tell me how to look or how to. And so people don't want to take the risk of saying, to a student, or even telling them, honey, it don't even look good. This ain't got nothing to do with how you show up in class. I'm saying it doesn't look good. And if you don't know how to take care of your hair, like, let me show you. Because you got so many people now, like I said, they don't authentically wear their hair because they don't know how.
Yeah.
So they done wore weaves or wigs or whatever for so long. That's all they gonna do, because if you take it off and take it away, they have no idea how to do or take care of their own hair. So they gotta look like everybody else. They don't know how not to. And so that's